It's, I guess, an origin story, one that's kind of different or very different from the ones that we've seen in terms of finding this island and realizing there was a whole species of this animal and other animals that are kind of very different than any other animals we've seen, definitely bigger. And being able to sort of trace a history of a whole, I guess, ecosystem that was very different than any ecosystem that we've seen in any of the other Kong movies. It's just another imagining of King Kong and what that is and what his journey's been from where he came from and what he had to overcome or the things that he was battling in his birthplace to stay alive and to keep the people alive around and what his place is as a guardian of humanity, I guess. I like because I went to see it when I was a kid and it was a great story and it was an adventure, but it was in the city, and he was on buildings that I could recognize and swatting down planes, and he had a little bitty woman in his hand. And it was high adventure for us. So when I had an opportunity to do it, it was like, okay, this should be fun, especially if we're going to be in a place that's his origin. So it combines a lot of the elements that, kids like. It's a high adventure story in a jungle in an unknown place with, not just Kong, but other things that might kill you. So it was kind of, tempting to get in there and do that. I just like the fact that Packer's a warrior who's very loyal to his men. He does have a huge resentment because Kong is killing his men, so it becomes his mission. So in my mind, he became, I became Ahab. He was my white whale, so that was the, driving force for me.